Can you believe that an influencer's boxing match now pulls in more viewership and revenue than some traditional boxing matches? It's an astounding fact, but influencer boxing has taken the world by storm, with high-profile influencers trading their usual platforms for the boxing ring. Take, for instance, KSI and Logan Paul, two influencers with a massive following. Their amateur boxing match in 2018 was a smashing success, drawing in a staggering 20 million live views and generating millions in revenue. Or consider Jake Paul, who has hopped onto the influencer boxing bandwagon and has been making waves with his knockout performances. His fight against former NBA player Nate Robinson reportedly brought in roughly $65 million in pay-per-view revenue. It's clear that influencer boxing is more than just a passing fad. It's a lucrative venture that's breaking new ground in the sports industry. Influencer boxing is not just a trend, it's a phenomenon that's shaking up the sports world. How does the revenue from influencer boxing compare to that of traditional boxing? Well, let's dive into this fascinating comparison. Traditionally, boxing matches between seasoned athletes have pulled in impressive revenues. Take the classic Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight in 2015, for instance, which reportedly generated over $600 million. However, the advent of influencer boxing has shaken up the revenue game. The much-hyped bout between YouTube sensation Jake Paul and former MMA fighter Ben Askren in 2021 is a perfect. Despite being an amateur boxer, Jake Paul managed to rake in an estimated $75 million from pay-per-view alone. This figure doesn't even account for the additional income from merchandise sales, advertising, and it's clear that influencer boxing has successfully tapped into their massive fan base and their propensity to engage with digital. This unique dynamic has allowed these fights to generate substantial revenue, sometimes even surpassing traditional boxing matches. Influencer boxing has successfully monetized the popularity of influencers, sometimes even surpassing traditional boxing in terms of revenue. The question is, what impact is influencer boxing having on the sport? Well, it's safe to say that influencer boxing is revolutionizing the boxing world in an unexpected and exciting way. By entering the ring, influencers are breathing new life into the sport, attracting a fresh wave of spectators who might not have previously shown an interest in boxing. This has led to a surge in viewership numbers, amplifying the reach and influence of the sport on a global scale. Moreover, the marketability of these influencers is transforming how boxing is presented and consumed. Their vast social media presence is being leveraged to promote fights, creating unprecedented levels of hype and anticipation. This has translated into remarkable revenue generation, with some fight cards reportedly raking in millions. And let's not forget the potential for a paradigm shift. The blend of entertainment and sport that influencer boxing offers could very well redefine the future trajectory of boxing. Influencer boxing is changing the game, bringing a fresh and exciting dimension to the sport. But why are so many people drawn to influencer boxing? This question has been echoing in the sports world recently. The reasons are manifold and, interestingly, not so hard to grasp. Firstly, the appeal of seeing familiar faces in a new context is undeniable. Imagine your favorite influencer, who you've only seen in makeup tutorials or travel vlogs, stepping into the boxing ring. It's a fascinating shift, right? Secondly, the entertainment value of these matches is through the roof. It's not just about the boxing, it's the drama, the banter, the build-up. It's a spectacle, a grand show that keeps you on the edge of your seat. Finally, let's not forget the power of social media. Influencers boast enormous followings, and when they step into the ring, their fans follow. This means a massive audience that traditional boxing often struggles to reach. Influencer boxing taps into a new audience and offers a unique blend of entertainment and sport. So, what does the future hold for influencer boxing? It's a question that's been on everyone's lips. With the meteoric rise of this trend, one can only imagine the heights it will reach. There's a definite possibility of even more high-profile influencers stepping into the ring. This isn't a mere spectacle anymore. It's a platform for influencers to showcase their grit, determination, and physical prowess. We've seen influencers from various niches taking the plunge, and from the looks of it, this is just the beginning. The potential for revenue is staggering. Each bout brings in millions of dollars, and as the sport grows, so does the revenue, and it's a win-win for both influencers and promoters. Could influencer boxing become a mainstream sport? It's a possibility we cannot ignore. With the kind of attention and fanfare it's garnering, it's not far-fetched to think it could be on par with traditional sports. One thing is clear, influencer boxing is here to stay, and it's only going to get bigger.